yes, we've all gone bananas. The GOP's MAGA bananas today. Oh yeah, the GOP's MAGA bananas today. Oh yeah, the GOP's MAGA bananas today.
Let's see. Hey, everybody, welcome to Dudes, Two Dudes, and Abroad Process.
Abroad.
With two dudes and abroad processing.
Abroad.
Because
from abroad.
We are where?
Versailles.
Which is?
It's in France. It's a palace in France that was built years ago.
So it's abroad.
It's abroad from where we were. We were.
It is across the pond, yes.
It's across the pond.
We were in Madrid, Alabama, not Madrid.
Okay.
But if the FBI tried to reach us, they probably thought we were in Spain. But we were in South Alabama.
So where are we in this beautiful palace?
Yes. Well, we showed you the outside of it. Now we're inside.
Okay.
And the reason we're in Versailles is that Trump has been so boastful of his redecorating the Oval Office with gold appliques and so forth you can get from Kmart. That is, frankly, it's just tacky, and we wanted to show him a real golden palace.
Do you want to out tacky? Golden Palace.
No, it's
golden.
A real gold.
Well,
not a
want to show what class looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. This is, yes, that makes sense.
You
We're going to a classy place
Yeah.
as opposed to this crappy Kmart gold thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Trump is a traveling suitcase of tacky, and want to show him if he wanted to really be first class, this is where he would want to be.
Yeah, actually, I heard there were a couple of people from the administration here. They're back there. If you notice, they're actually never saw like real gold, so they're frozen in place. They're just like, they're so stunned. I haven't seen them move for the past 5 minutes.
I think they're Secret Service.
They're just like, and they just sort of just stay the Secret Service.
Right. They'll keep a secret.
So what do we got going? What you were talking about right before the Trump, the time photo of the thing?
Well, there's all kinds of stuff. You know, we don't get together on precise different times, but since we last got together, there's been a lot going on. Trump is excited to be on Time's cover again, but he's unhappy about the photo.
It's an upshot.
Yeah.
Like the camera person. So, he wears his suits and, because of his age and probably, his little bit of his weight.
Yeah.
And I feel like he had lost some weight somewhere along the line, and perhaps some of that may be a little waddling.
Yeah.
And it's just not the best view. And then on top of that, his hair comes, and he loves his beautiful hair that sort of waves over here, but it's almost like all you see, so everything here looks like he has no hair. And so when it came out, he immediately had posted like, what the fuck, basically. Where's my hair? It's just like, so everybody had a field day. And of course, I wouldn't have even known about it had he not said anything. So I had to look at the picture, and then I was just like, that is not.
It's not a flattering photo.
I mean, he's not my favorite president, but granted, he makes a fair point. It is a very non-flattering picture.
And a lot of old people, including me, I'm sure, when they get older, your neck skin sort of hangs there.
Yeah, it looks like a vagine.
Is that Italian?
It's a Borat term for vagina. He said her vagine hangs like a wizard's sleeve. Do you remember that?
Borat. Borat has a
Gene.
Oh my goodness.
That's what came to my head when
so that's the big thing that's taken up a lot of the news is his
But that's
disappointment.
a lot of bullshit, and it's all bullshit. What's the actual? Well, let's ask Angel about Argentina because she says an interesting thing. She tells people because I don't know it. I don't know anything about that, and I'm interested in that.
What are we talking about?
When you were talking earlier, you said when people ask you about Argentina, you said like, you're going to tell them go fuck themselves and look
No. Because I've had people come up to me, asking me how do I feel about Argentina getting all that money,
Getting
that
35 billion or something like that.
You know, and it's so from one side I get it where they're coming from because you know we are in kind of bit of a pickle here in the United States and a lot of people are having real economical troubles because of the way things are going. And then on top of that, we have like some 4,000 plus people who have been furloughed or let go and have no jobs or are forced to work and are not getting paid, which I believe there used to be another word for that when you did that. But we're not going to talk about that. But back to your question, it's just like, so I understand it. And especially, and I feel more, I think for farmers who right now I feel like need a lot of help because of the whole ICE thing.
Yeah.
You have like no labor workers doing that job. And so I understand the anger. But, and so I empathize with it. And it does feel like quite a bit. Although my understanding is that it really wasn't on Trump it was on the Treasury guy. What's his name?
One of the low IQ people he has around him.
The guy who's running our Treasury.
He's so unimpressive. I can't remember his name.
You guys can fucking look it up. Along with what I'm about to tell you.
That's what I want to hear. Yeah.
Well, along with what I'm about to tell you. So, you know, the other thing is that, you know, what I was talking to you guys was about Operation Condor, which is what I tell people. Well, there was Operation Condor. And every time I mention that, it's like everybody's like, huh? Yeah. And I'm just like, look it the fuck up. Yeah. Because in the 1970s, our CIA, that was our government money, our tax money, spent quite a bit of money going down to Latin America and fucking up a bunch of fucking countries. Yeah. And it, you know, the whole thing was a political thing while they were trying to get rid of whoever was whatever country, whoever was that leader, trying to get them and make sure that they got the people that they wanted to be sitting in place. And where Argentina is involved is that they had quite a hand in the whole thing about the people who disappeared back then, where the government was taking a lot of student protesters and things who were going against the government, and they just literally disappeared, who they killed and they tortured, and it was horrible. Yeah. So CIA. Yeah. So yeah, bitch, pay it back.
Yeah.
So that's
interesting.
That's kind of how I feel because to this day there are mothers every year who march in their capital over that shit, letting the government know we will not forget because they don't want that kind of shit to happen again.
And that was right wing stuff. And we were supporting the right wing. We were so worried that
they didn't want left politicians in charge.
So what year is this, like in the
75, 76, like in the mid 70s?
I gotta read about that because I don't know. I know Day of the Condor, the Redford movie. I wonder if that is. But is that? I mean, he's CIA, but I don't know. I don't think it has anything.
I know Flight of the Condor, the HBO show, which was.
Concorde.
Concorde. That's right.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was close enough.
The CIA has done so many skeevy actions. I did not know that the skeevy action in Argentina was Operation Condor.
Dirty paws all over the place.
To install a puppet government that we
support.
So here's the other thing, because when we act so fucking shocked about, sending our military to Venezuela and, boasting about blowing up another boat yesterday. Yeah. My head, I'm just like, big surprise. This is what we've done, and yeah, so I mean, for them it's par for the course, but it's all political, and that's the same thing that, I also remind them that, they gave them money. It's it's political. If you see the United States giving some country money, I don't care what country it is, it's political. So the one thing I can tell you about Argentina that I do know is that the Chinese government has gone over there and is building industry. So they have a prototype electric train that they've had. Yeah. And so putting industry there means it's just like BMW coming to Spartanburg, South Carolina. Yeah. It brings income to people. It puts people to work and all this stuff. And when you have a country that needs people who need to work, they're glad to go and do that. Yeah. So to counter that, because if you ever ask why is the U.S. doing X, Y, and Z when it comes to money, this is why. That means there's something political that they're trying to fight back. And in this case, it's going to be probably the Chinese. I know there's like a large group of immigrant Russians also that have moved there, and so, this is like no surprise. It's par for the course.
It's not out of
it's interesting that China has an economy that's almost exactly the same size as the U.S. right now, and they're competing with the U.S.
they're the biggest exports.
Yeah.
And so, they're the things that did you know? Because I just found this out yesterday. I was reading about shipping containers, and most of them are produced. Guess where?
Yeah, in China. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So,
and of course, Trump's idea of what will make us better competitors is to put a tariff on everything that they try to sell us.
Well, so that's the problem, right? So if the containers are made in China and doesn't matter what product you're getting to import or even export because you're using those containers, I bet you are getting hit by those tariffs. And who does that fall on?
Yeah.
Ba-ba-da-ba.
That's wow.
It's the consumer. It's the tax.
Yeah.
It's the tax.
So what did he do in the last? I saw the picture and I didn't read it because I wanted to do something better, like look in the toilet at my own poop. But it was, which was much more informative. I saw graphs. What did he do? He had imposed. I saw the graph of the S&P went all the way down because did he impose the tariff or did he threaten to impose the tariff?
He threatened.
Because this is what I'm realizing when I read the news.
This is on China. He said he was going to increase.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And that's when the whole container thing.
That's right.
That's what made me kind of look up like what bigger things do they make, and so they make quite a bit. That those tariffs aren't just on your iPhone or whatever little shit that you decide to buy. They're on the things that they're being shipped in and out of. And so this is where it starts to sort of then really kind of affect us in different ways that we really don't think about.
Yeah.
I'd like to take a step back since it has been 2 or 3 weeks since we got together and talk about Trump's desire to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
Okay.
And he says he's settled every war in the country, or like 14 wars or something like that.
Right.
He neglects to admit that he has our Air Force sink, individual boats in international waters for the fun.
Are they pretty?
Yeah. Are they pretty, the boats?
Well, isn't that what he told the generals, that our ships are not very good looking, and he's an aesthetic guy, so, I was just curious as to whether or not they were pretty.
Jesus
But
Christ,
the point I'm making is that Trump needn't be embarrassed that he didn't get a peace prize because he's already won a perpetual peace of shit prize from us.
That's what was awarded a couple of weeks ago.
Right.
I can cut to a photo of it now.
Right. There's the photo, and he hasn't picked it up yet. We've notified the White House that he was awarded that prize. They may want to put it in his tacky Oval Office because it is gold plated,
Well, this is silver, though. I think that's the whole.
Maybe is that why. Right?
Yeah. I think it's got to be. Maybe that's why. Maybe if it was gold, he would just come gleam onto it like a Lucky Charms leprechaun.
He gave him inferior metal.
Inferior metal is not. I don't think it's acceptable for the guy.
And I think we're only going to have one award of that because it's a perpetual.
It's
prize.
perpetual
Yeah,
peace.
yeah.
But it's still here. Here it is now, and it's
here it
still
is.
here.
And you'll notice that they're individual pieces on the prize.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that that he could make a thing for his lapel that would be one of these little turds with a ribbon on it
a little
that
thing
he
to
could
say-
wear it to. Yeah.
to say that
I don't know if
won
the
it.
Nobel Prize has a lapel pin.
I
if
wouldn't imagine it's a turd if they do.
They don't have a trophy there, actually. It's just
It's just a book or something.
It's a medal.
It's a medal.
Metal.
Hey, so what happened? I saw that go by. A woman won it,
from Venezuela.
and then she dedicated it to Trump.
No.
It was sort of it was an interesting
Who?
remark.
But wait a minute. Who was the woman from Venezuela? What did she do? That was,
She's been fighting the Venezuelan government.
Yeah.
And in fact, she's in hiding.
She's
It's not like she could go and pick up that prize. You know what I'm saying?
that-
Or
yeah.
that check.
yeah.
the government is a repressive.
Yeah.
government.
Right.
So the government has been looking for her, and she is definitely in hiding. But I believe she called somebody and said, I didn't follow the rest of that story because
Yeah.
I was too busy laughing really hysterically at the fact that it was a woman and then one from Venezuela.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I fell out of my chair when I was laughing. I got back in my chair and then fell out again because I could not stop laughing. It was a little
I think she
uncontrollable, is
was
what I'm trying
being
to
a
say.
little bit sarcastic too, that she was going to dedicate it to Trump.
Oh, okay. So I didn't
Yeah.
read. I just saw it was a woman, and then I saw some other thing.
This
that
woman
she
isn't going to
dedicated-
give it to somebody who's fighting the very thing that he's doing on our street.
Right. That's what seemed very, very bizarre.
I mean, poor Portland. I saw.
Oh, God.
I saw some ice guy try to put one of those gas things in the little frog's ass.
Oh, really?
And the little frog's ass. What is that? What is
You know, they had these inflatable suits, and so there's this whole frog suits that like a group made, and now they're the Antifa frogs. I don't know what the fuck they call them. That's what they call themselves. I'm just saying that, but they're just. So the people of Portland were being very silly and, in protest, instead of going, all angry and violent, they went all happy and silly, including, those, I don't know, about those guys that they ride their bikes naked every year. Like they do this whole, so they were so you had naked guys, naked people on bikes, and then you had these people in the suit. There was some dude in the chicken suit. When Gnome was there for her little photo op, which is pretty funny. But you see a video of one of the ice guys trying to shove it into the suit of one of the people. And I'm just like, can you imagine though, if that had been able to do that, it wouldn't have been hilarious. It would have been horrible.
Yeah.
And you would choke somebody really
that's
bad.
true. They might asphyxiate with friggin'.
You can't
with
breathe.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. That's
So then
true.
you're in
That
an
would be
enclosed
awful.
thing with only one little thing there, and that would have been really bad. They would. And how do you explain yourself for killing somebody in a frog suit?
Right.
Portland is probably one of the most peaceful cities in our
those
country,
people-
but they're very left wing. I mean, they believe the government is for the people, of the people, and by the people, and for the people. And he wants to, I guess, has he sent in the National Guard or
Well, I
anything
guess
yet?
that's what he's trying-
I don't think he's.
I mean, if he did, they're just going to be standing there. It's going to be like DC all
Pick-
over
picking up
again,
trash
picking
and
up
stuff.
trash and
Garbage.
trimming trees. I don't know.
That's God. That's got to be fucked up.
Oh, wait. There was a picture that I saw. It was the National Guard, and I want to say that it was from Texas, but these big boys look like they spend all their days at a Bears game in Chicago because they had the mustache and the gut beard, gut belly, and you think that when they open their mouth they're gonna go the Bears. I mean, it was hysterical. And then I was thinking about Hedgeseth when I looked at that. I'm like, do you think that's the photo he saw and why he said all that to the general? That was my thought. That was my thought.
Funny shit.
So my point is that all those guys are very large and they're not like thin and skinny or anything like that, but they're extremely agile and you have to be very athletic to do that job.
Yeah.
So my point is for him to sit there and first of all, fat shame.
Yeah.
our military and then fat shame our generals and then talking, no beardos and no fatty. What the hell? Who says that kind of shit? Yeah. And then this morning, I saw what just felt like complete, just the icing on the cake, which was Hegseth trying to do a pull-up. And not like the real, where you grab up and you pull yourself up. This little bitch did the girly one.
Yeah, well, your hands are like...
Who is this now?
Hegseth, the guy who's leading fucking CIA.
He's the head of the military.
Or the Department of War.
Department of War.
Well, the Department of War dude, further had his hands like this, and then was struggling so much to pull himself up that his legs are kicking.
I did not see that.
I saw that last night, and again, I laughed so hard I fell off my chair.
And, that brings up another issue. He changed Department of Defense to the Department of War. How does that fit into the Peace Prize thing?
Yeah, I know. That would be
I have a video of a 79-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, doing the... Yeah.
Like nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And little man over here is kicking his little legs.
Well, I don't want to
Sorry, go ahead.
change, but I want to catch up on some things Charlie Kirk, who I have determined is somewhat of a jerk. I didn't even know who he was and I'm not advocating that he get shot like he did, or anybody get
not
shot.
Liking somebody doesn't mean that you're advocating for violence. It just means you don't like them. There are plenty of people that I don't like, and I'm sure there are plenty of people who don't like me, and that's okay.
And you don't want them to die.
I don't think any harm. In fact, I actually don't think twice about him.
I did.
That doesn't really actually hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
I looked up some of the things he stood for, and they're pretty bad. And you can show a photo of him in the main things that he's.
I got to show a photo.
He's got some crazy right-wing ideas.
Yeah.
His wife was one of these beauty pageant.
Yeah, and she's making a fortune now, going around giving talks about how great he was. Mm-hmm. The current thing, though, is that Trump has now ordered whatever department of he has to check to see if any immigrants are criticizing or even enjoying the death of Charlie Kirk. And not citizens, but immigrants, so he can revoke their visas.
What? And so
he said nobody should be in the country that's not a citizen that can say anything bad about Charlie Kirk.
He gave a directive to a wow.
If you have a visa in the United States as an immigrant, you have the same rights as a citizen as far as freedom of speech.
That's exactly right.
So this is not illegal. The only thing as a visa holder would be, and that's implying that you work here for some company or something for X number of time.
Or you're on vacation.
Yeah. Or you're on vacation, very long vacation. Yeah. And, but you still, the only thing you can't do is vote.
Right.
Yeah.
And you have all the constitutional rights.
But yeah, you have all the same.
Right.
They can't break down your door like ICE is doing now, going into apartment buildings, breaking down doors and dragging out anybody that looks like an immigrant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that when they hit that one building in Chicago that was all African American, we know goddamn well that
they're not.
They were only, and they said they were only looking for 5. So why arrest all of them, including children, tying them up with zip ties and shoving them into moving vans?
It's a horrible
moving vans, U-Hauls.
I wonder if they got a product placement fee for doing that. It was U-Haul.
Were they actually U-Hauls?
Yeah.
Oh, they were. You can't put a bunch of people in there and then in a truck that every time it breaks, it's gonna shove people.
Oh God, yeah.
Inertia is going to continue doing its thing. So I mean that is probably one of the most appalling things I have ever seen.
Yeah,
I can't
and it was no notice, no anything. They just started breaking down
in the middle
doors
of the night.
in the middle of the night.
That's crazy.
And when the dragging kids out of their beds, women were, had night clothes on, if anything. And,
yeah, whatever you sleep with or don't sleep with. I
And
mean,
ba-
that is some
And
messed up
basically,
shit.
ICE is contending that they don't have to comply with the rights of a notice and a warrant or anything like that because they're ICE. And I looked up some of the enabling law, and it does allow them to wear a mask. So they're wearing masks when they beat down your door. You have no idea who they are.
I have a question. So, when you have an apartment building like that, where you have like X number of floors with X number of people, they're all renters, so they're not owners. So, which means that the building belongs to somebody else. Do they have to ask the owner of that building to?
No, I don't think
Because
so.
it's his property or her
why
property.
wouldn't they, though? That's a very interesting question.
And that's the problem with ICE. ICE is operating totally outside of the Constitution. The enabling law says they can wear masks.
Yeah.
They can be.
But if you're going outside the Constitution, then you're going outside the law.
Yes, exactly. The fact is that they are doing things that are unconstitutional, which means they're doing illegal things, and but they're getting away with it because the Congress is going along with it.
Are they? Because they're not even there. That place has been shut down for what?
Yeah,
2 weeks?
That's the other point. They're trying hard to blame the Democrats for the government shutdown, but the reason the Democrats aren't helping the Republicans pass a bill is because something like 2 or 20 million Americans would lose part of their health coverage because, and I don't know all the details of that, but it has to do with Obamacare and so forth. But it would increase the cost of health care for the people who need it the most. And so the Republicans are saying, you agree to this or we're going to shut down the government. So the Democrats are saying, we don't agree to it. We don't agree to your causing people to lose their health care coverage. Right. But maybe we'll save the rest for the next time around. We love Versailles. You know, we've had to rent Versailles twice because the first time we had technical issues.
Yeah.
And we had to come back. And it's a pretty expensive, day rental. But
that tech guy.
So we may go somewhere else.
You can't believe in that because I mean it's echoey in here. I mean look at how hollow
that's
shit
what it
is.
was.
And then you've got gold everywhere, which is just more metal to just bounce shit off. I'm just
the sound and the lighting is really hard.
The tech team had a lot of problems with that.
Right.
God forbid. They could probably hardly even hook up a green screen.
But we may go to Hawaii next time.
Oh boy!
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for tuning into Two Dudes and Abroad.
And enjoy the scene while we're here.
Enjoy the scene. We will. We're gonna go into the palace and loot later. I'm Matt. That's Grady. That's Angel.
And don't tell the French we were here.
Right.
Thank you for watching.
Oh yeah, the GOP's MAGA bananas today. Oh yeah, the GOP's MAGA bananas today.